It was points shared between Man City and Liverpool at the Etihad on Saturday. And in this video, I'm going to analyze and answer a few questions that I got from Twitter. I got to know about it while speaking to my friends about the game, and I had myself like, did Man City actually deserve to win the game? Were Liverpool lucky to get a draw out of that game after the fact that Man City dominated majority of the part of that game? All of this will be answered. Stick around till the end, and if you think that this guy makes sense, then you can subscribe for my future videos, or maybe you can tell me where I lack so that I can improve going forward. So moving on to analyzing the game, and first of all, did Man City actually deserve to win the game? Now, it's a tricky question because the answer is not as simple as people would want it to be. Now, even though I think Man City, because they had the higher XG, they had an XG of 1.36 and Liverpool had the XG of 0.56. So even though Man City had a clearly higher XG, I don't really think they deserve to win the game because when I was watching the game, I was disappointed with Man City's lack of killer instinct. Like, when teams are on top and you can smell a goal is coming, you can smell they're on top, the goal is coming, and if they push, they will get the goal. Man City were 1-0 up really early in the game. I was disappointed to see the lack of killer instinct. Like, even though Man City deserved to win the game based on statistics don't really tell the full story. I was watching the game. I could see Man City just moving the ball around without any real penetration. They had 60% possession to Liverpool's 40. Now, I'm not saying Liverpool moved it with that much of a purpose and quality, but right now we are speaking about Man City, and I thought they had a real opportunity to just finish the game even way before Liverpool scored their first. I think they had the opportunity to go for it, to get the second goal and really put the dent in the game. And Liverpool then, I don't think they would have come from 2 goals behind. Now it's Man City's own doing that. I don't know if it was a bit of, I won't say overconfidence, but a bit of self-belief that they had in themselves that we are 1-0 up. We are brilliant at keeping the ball. We are good at grinding the game out by just moving the ball around. So let's do it. Let's minimize the amount of touches and chances that Liverpool will create, and we'll get the 3 points from there. Even though I don't completely disagree with that approach, I think it's a bit arrogant because you can do that against certain sides with all due respect, but to do it against a team that is coached by Jurgen Klopp, to do it against a team that has Mohamed Salah in its front line and people like Soboslai and people like Trent, who we saw what they do. They might not be having the greatest game that they have had in a long time, but one lapse in concentration or one chance they get, they have the level of quality to just switch it on in that 5 to 10 minute spell and get the goals they need. And that's what happened. Liverpool just turned up the gear by a slight margin, not massively. They weren't really that good. They got the draw. I think even though I believe Man City were the better side overall, I think they could have easily got the second goal if they were less arrogant. Now I know that sounds a bit rude that I'm calling them arrogant, but it's arrogance because they thought, yeah, we can just be 1-0 up and we will be fine. And I think if you want to win the league, you have to have that killer instinct, especially when you have players like Doku and Haaland in your team who you can tell them, guys, we need a goal, and they will get a goal for you. And even the goal Man City scored, like it was Allison, I think on any other day says that. I'm not even joking. Don't think that I'm being too biased towards Liverpool just because I like Klopp. Because on any other day, I think everyone would agree that Allison saves that, easily saves that. Somehow it touched his hand, but it was not the power in his hand at that moment of time wasn't enough to keep the ball out of the net. But I do believe that on any other day, that doesn't go in, and Man City probably lose that game 1-0. But on the balance, I think if Man City don't get that goal, then they probably get another goal. And maybe they didn't get another goal because they, as I said, they were arrogant enough to just think that, yeah, we'll grind this 1-0 out by keeping the ball and we'll be fine. But, well, that's a very bad approach, especially when you are against a team with the quality of Liverpool, like the immense quality they possess. Moving on, similar to how I think about Man City, did they deserve? the win or the draw? Liverpool, did they deserve the draw? Were they just lucky to get the draw? And I think the answer is again yes, because the whole game, Liverpool was slow. Now, one thing that Liverpool have been brilliant at under Jurgen Klopp is transitions. Since the day Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool, one thing that Liverpool have been brilliant at, regardless of who plays in the front line, regardless of the personnel, regardless of the opposition, the one thing they are absolutely brilliant at is attacking transitions, offensive transitions, where they win the ball at any part of the pitch. It could be in the final third, it could be in the midfield third, or it could be in the defensive third. The moment they win the ball back, within 3, 4 passes, within a few seconds, you can see one of the front three one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You can see them in behind the opposition defense, or you can at least see them penetrating the opposition defense with a lot of drive and a lot of pace and a lot of urgency. Yesterday, Liverpool on transition. Oh my God, ekdam bekar, genuinely terrible. There were moments in the game when Man City were attacking, Liverpool used to win the ball back, and because Man City played this high line, they used to have everyone on the halfway line, just above the halfway line, and Darwin Nunes, Diogo Jota, or Luis Diaz and Salah, like these people are scary quick. They've got unbelievable pace and control, and they're powerful players. They've got speed. That's why they're Klopp players, because Klopp likes these kind of players who can execute offensive transitions. Now you're playing against Man City. You're not gonna get the ball so much of the time. So when you get it, you need to make the most out of it. And it's Liverpool's somewhere I would say it's Liverpool's skill, and it favors Liverpool that the opponent is so dominating in possession, because the moment Liverpool win the ball back, they're like bang, 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 bang. Check the videos of the past. Now, I'm not saying that if it would have been Mane, Liverpool would have won yesterday, because it's not just down to the absence of Mane or Firmino, but I think it was a mindset thing. I think it was a mentality thing. It was extremely disappointing to see Liverpool win the ball back so many times yesterday, fire it to Salah, fire it to Nunes, fire it to Jota, and then the amount of touches and time they would take on the ball before playing the next pass was really bad, because it would allow Man City to get back into shape. Man City's work ethic, Man City's both of these teams' work ethic is brilliant. So the moment you get the ball back, you need to be very clinical, very sharp, very fast. Otherwise, if Man City are back into shape, then you have to again create the whole chance. You have to build up the whole game again. You don't have to do that when it's a transition. Salah can get it to Nunes. Nunes can be a little quicker. Salah can be a little quicker. The amount of times I saw Salah, I saw Nunes, I saw Jota, even I saw like the fullbacks, so many touches. I think the only person who was taking very less touches and was looking, and he had to because he was under pressure because of the kind of position he was playing in, was McAllister. But that's a bit, but that explains itself, because he plays in a position where you're not going to get so much time on the ball. But Salah, because he's wide, he's going to have more time on the ball. You don't have to take time on the ball just because you are, afforded the time on the ball. Maybe the opposition has seen that, mate, if we don't press you, you don't really do anything. So just keep the ball. It's fine. But I think that's why I don't think Liverpool actually deserved the draw. But the fact that you stay in the game against such a potent attack and such a potent team until the 80th minute, so that you can go, yeah, then in the last 10, 15 minutes, we will go for it. Even though I don't think that should be the kind of approach Liverpool should have, because, by the 80th minute, you can be 3-0 down, which could have happened, to be honest. I do think Liverpool were lucky, because if Man City would have turned it on quickly, would have stepped up a gear earlier, I think they would have scored the second, third goal. Their XG speaks for itself. Liverpool's XG also speaks for itself. So much time on the ball. I mean, even when it was in transitions, even when it was playing out from the back, Liverpool taking so much time on the ball. And the one man of the Liverpool team who actually represents what I'm saying about their team is that Alisson. Look at Alisson's mistakes yesterday. There were times when you can see, no, you're taking too long on that ball. You're taking too long to release the ball. And one player, I was shocked. I was shocked how bad he was. Curtis Jones. What the hell was he doing? I tweeted it. You can check my Twitter page, and I'll put the picture in this video. That it was terrible. He was getting the ball every time, basically every time Liverpool, had some sort of build up and came to the final third, and now we're in the final third, and now they really have to do something. The ball used to go to Curtis Jones, who is at the edge of the box or on the left wing or somewhere around that area, used to give it away cheaply. Cheaply, so cheaply. I was watching the game. It was frustrating for a player on that level to give the ball away every time he got it. Hardly there was like once or twice, maybe, that he got the ball and he did something that was sensible. Even the passes he played were bad decisions, and he tried to be creative, but the execution of what he was trying to do, bad. Curtis Jones was very, very frustrating. That's why I tweeted that if Klopp doesn't take him off in the second half and put Gravenberch in, who actually then played a vital role in Liverpool's goal. If you watch it again, Gravenberch was critical in that goal in driving the ball through his acceleration. He's got great control on the ball. He changed the game. Curtis Jones, I'm sorry. I do see a lot of potential in him. I do see the work ethic he brings, and that's why maybe Klopp prefers him in these kind of games. But on the ball, you have got to show some sort of you know, technical brilliance or some sort of vision and creativity, and not giving the ball away cheaply to Man City, man. There was a pass, I don't know if you remember, he was on the left wing kind of area, and he played a square pass. He played a square pass. The weight of the pass was so bad, Man City won and the transition was on. I don't think if Liverpool conceded, but a chance was created by that. So Man City got the ball, bang, 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 they were in. And maybe it was, I don't know what happened after that, but they were very close. They were one quality pass away from creating a goal scoring opportunity that was gifted to them by Curtis Jones by playing a stupid pass. And I think the standards you have to set to win the league, to compete with Man City for leagues, this is not the standard. And I think Klopp really has to make a decision now if Curtis Jones is good enough. Because even if he thinks he is, I'm not seeing the signs of it. And I trust in Klopp, I believe in Klopp, but I think it would be wrong for Klopp right now to just think that Curtis Jones should continue in that position in the upcoming games, because poor display from him. And a couple of points at the end. I think I've been saying this for years. I'm not even joking. I've been saying this for years. Trent Alexander Arnold is world class. Trent Alexander Arnold is a complete player. I genuinely believe I believe he's a generational talent. I think England right now have got four generational talents: Levi Colwill, Trent Alexander Arnold, Jude Bellingham, and Phil Foden. Jude Bellingham is on a level on his own right now. But these four, I believe, if England build it around them, they can win everything. But of course, they won't. And Trent, I think, showed in the game against Man City how brilliant he is. I think his his role as this inverted fullback is lovely. I saw a lot of people, a lot of experts actually, high level experts saying Liverpool should go back to the old traditional way of playing. Trent should not come inside because now they've got midfielders, so Trent should just keep doing this. No, man. When Trent is in that position, he gets in these positions like he got in the positions which it is yesterday. When he is allowed at this inverted fullback and a midfielder, his range of passing allows him to break the line effectively, get fire some passes into Nunez, get some passes over the top for Nunez, you know. And I think he's brilliant. I've been saying this for years, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think people don't appreciate how good he is. He's a ridiculous footballer. He's a ridiculous footballer. I think very soon we'll see him in midfield. If England put him in the midfield in the Euros, I think England could do really well. As I said, if they build it around those four names I mentioned. And the last thing I want to mention is Liverpool do lack a number six. The lack of number six would really cost Liverpool a lot this season, because they're not that far away from Man City. They're winning their games. Okay, they're dropping some weird points against Luton and stuff, and they didn't play particularly well against Man City. But I think in a lot of these games, I'm seeing a glaring error. McAllister is brilliant, but I think that's not suiting him. I think he's better as an eight instead of a Gravenberch or a Szoboszlai, that kind of a position with one of them. And a proper number six, I think, would elevate Liverpool, because Man City are not looking as strong. Arsenal, I think they will compete, but I think they're third favorites after Man City and Liverpool. But I think Liverpool have a big opportunity this season to win the league. I mean that. Believe me, I mean that, because Man City are not at their best and Liverpool look very good. So if in January they can make sure to, a player, I'm going to make a video on this, and player that I'll give a spoiler alert for my upcoming videos, but I'm going to make a video on Liverpool's which number six they should target. And one player I think could be brilliant for them is Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. I think go to Aston Villa in January and tell them, you want to come? You want to be part of something under Klopp at Liverpool, competing with Man City? Because I think even he can elevate them to another level. And Andre from Brazil, there are options out there. But I think Liverpool with a proper number six, if they can stay in touching distance of Man City come January and add a number six, I think you're looking at a team that is going to be very hard to stop. And I think they have a real chance of winning the league, given that they do something real, necessary, and right in the January transfer market. That's pretty much it for this video. Uh, as I said, if you think I make sense, and if you think I can make sense, then subscribe. If you think I don't make sense at all, at least let me know instead of not doing anything at all. Thank you. Jai Hind.